A suspect indicted for a local school shooting.
And the former president is fighting social media giant.
These stories and more, All Access starts right now. Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of HP All Access. I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Allen. We have lots of news, sports, and entertainment updates coming your way. But first, let's head over to Blake Wooder for a snapshot of our local weather. Blake?
Thanks, Reese, and good evening, everyone. I'm Blake Woodard with your weather for almost fall break. Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, we've got highs in 74-degree area, cloudy all day out tomorrow. Friday on our way out, it's going to be rainy. Thunderstorms with 70% chance of rain, it's going to be in the low 70s. And on Saturday, more of the same, high of 70. Looking 7-day forecast, it's going to be sunny on Sunday. And for those of you sticking around for fall break week, we've got highs in the upper 80s all week long. That's all for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Blake. If you received a few Amber Alerts on Sunday, well, you weren't the only one. The Clayton Police Department canceled the Amber Alert after a 2-year-old, Dior Singleton, was found with his mother in Georgia. Now his mother, Camille, is wanted for the murder of another woman that took place on Thursday. Fast forward to Sunday, where around 11:30 a.m., police responded to a call of a suspicious person located inside a Walmart in South Fulton, Georgia. Police officers responded and arrested Camille Singleton inside. She is in custody, waiting to be transferred back to North Carolina. Now, as for her son, Dior, well, police say he is being reunited with family.
It's been just over a month since the deadly Mount Tabor High School shooting. Last Monday, September 27th, a grand jury indicted Maurice Evans, Jr. for William Chavis Renard Miller's murder. Due to the nature of the crime, he will be tried as an adult, and on Thursday, Evans appeared in juvenile court to determine whether he would remain in custody or be released into the custody of his parents while they await decisions on his case. According to Jim O'Neill, Forsyth County's district attorney, the deadly altercation came after a summer of disputes between Evans and Miller. Despite the request by Evans' attorney, Forsyth District Judge Ted Kazakas ruled Evans will be remaining in juvenile detention center without bond while his case is pending.
Tragic stuff there. On a brighter note, Will O'Brien is in the studio to tell us about some campus recognitions and upcoming events to get us in the Halloween spirit. Will?
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm Will O'Brien here with your campus updates. High Point University faculty and students recently received academic and professional awards and recognitions. The SC Awards include the HPU Professional Writing Tutor Co-Wrote Play awarded to Evelise Rodriguez, the Inno Under 25 Award, a special list that honors emerging innovators and startups led by people who are 25 years old or younger, awarded to Ivana Karakny, and a Sea Scout Quartermaster Award going to Rachel Johnson. Congratulations to all award recipients. In other news, Dr. Frederick Schneid, Herman and Louise Smith Professor of History and Chair of HPU's History Department on campus, is appearing on the History Podcast Napoleonic Quarterly, which can be found on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. He'll be featured in 5 episodes this upcoming fall. Be sure to stop by Slane Basketball Court tomorrow from 12 to 5 p.m. to relieve some midterm stress and pet some adorable animals. There will be a petting zoo for all students to come and attend. It is only there till 5 o'clock, so make sure you can go while you can. There's so many events coming up after fall break for students to get in the Halloween spirit, whether it's on campus or off campus. Be sure to tune into the Campus Update segment 2 weeks from now to hear all about these different opportunities. That's all for this week's Campus Update. Over to you, Wendell.
The Panthers have a win streak on the turf, and a volleyball home opener is right around the corner. Stay tuned to hear all about how our Panthers are taking on their Big South Conference matchups. All Access will be right back.
Sheets run and done. Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to All Access. Our HBU sports have had a busy past few weeks, and our sports reporter is here to fill you in on what's going on. Wendell?
Thanks, guys, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wendell Epps. October is finally here, and our fall sports season is going extremely well. Our men's soccer team defeated Gardner-Webb on the road Saturday night by a score of 3-0. Alex Abril was on fire as he scored 2 goals in the match. MD Myers also got on the board as he tallied 1 goal to help the Panthers secure a victory over the Runnin' Bulldogs. The Panthers are playing right now here at Vert Stadium against USC Upstate, and you can catch that game live on ESPN+. Meanwhile, our women's soccer team is officially in a groove as they are currently on a 3-game win streak with wins over Charleston Southern, Winthrop, and Presbyterian. Their last match against the Presbyterian Blue Hose was a 5-0 victory where 5 different players scored a goal in that match. And get this, folks, the Panthers have outscored their opponents 12-2 in their last 3 matches and have had 8 Panthers score at least 1 goal during their winning streak. Talk about a team effort. HPU is currently playing right now against USC Upstate on the road as they are seeking their 4th win in a row. Lastly, our volleyball team defeated Radford last Friday night 3-0. After HPU battled and won a grueling first set, 25-23, they came out on fire, beating the Highlanders by a score of 25-14 and 25-15 in the second and third sets, respectively. The Panthers will play their home opener Friday night against the Campbell Fighting Camels at 7 o'clock. They then will play at the Miller Center again on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock against the Hampton Lady Pirates. You can come and see the game live in person, or you can watch it on ESPN+. Fall sports is getting more exciting by the minute, and basketball is knocking on the door as the season for both the men's and women's teams start in just a few weeks. That's all I have for this week's High Point Sports Report. Back to you, Thomas and Reese.
Thanks, Wendell. We're excited to see the tail end of our fall sports season play out.
Yeah, now we're joined here at the desk with our political correspondent, Hannah Hutter. Welcome, Hannah.
Thanks, Reese. With COVID vaccine mandates on the rise across the country, so are religious exemptions, but many believe this is just another way to bypass the system. Over 400 fire and medical emergency workers in Washington, D.C. applied for a religious exemption when the city's vaccine mandate was announced, and nearly a quarter of the police department in Los Angeles is anticipated to file an exemption. While employees have the right to file an exemption under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, employers are not required to accept the request. An employer can ask about their employees' past vaccine histories and church attendance to see if their requests line up with a sincere belief. If not, exemptions can and will most likely be denied. What do you guys think? Are you surprised by the rise of exemptions, and do you think employers will accept them?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting looking at it, especially with the FDA's approval. It's made, in some cases, vaccine mandates. It's legal under the Constitution, and so I think you'll see a lot of these frontline offices like hospitals and like government employees will definitely start requiring them, as some are. But it will be interesting to see how it plays out for retail shops and whatnot.
Right, I was going to say, I really think that it depends on the line of work that they're in, so it should be interesting to keep an eye on that.
Right. Well, in other news, former President Donald Trump asked a federal judge in Florida to ask Twitter to reinstate his account on Friday. Twitter removed Trump's account in January for risk of incitement of violence. Trump requested a preliminary injunction against Twitter in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida. He believes Twitter was coerced into suspending his account by Congress. Trump argued Twitter allowed the Taliban to regularly tweet while he was being censored by the company during his presidency, calling his tweets misleading information or glorifying violence. This comes after Trump sued Twitter and other social media companies, alleging they silenced conservatives unlawfully.
Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. It's interesting with the Facebook outages and whatnot happening right now. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on the situation as it progresses. Coming up after the break, we hear from a freshman who is making a mark on campus.
And a Broadway show is having some COVID complications.
All Access will be right back. Stay with us.
High Point University is focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be. There's a growth mindset in our institutional DNA. So while our campus growth is impressive, the true relevance lies in how HPU creates an innovative learning environment that fosters the entrepreneurial spirit in the minds, in the hearts, and in the souls of our students. This is High Point University. Extraordinary.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads. Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Sheets run and done.
Welcome back to All Access. Our campus is filled with incredible people with great stories to tell. Today we hear from one of them. Gabrielle Barone is joined by freshman president Keisha Pajaya. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, vice president.
Thanks. Thank you, Thomas, and welcome, Krishna. So, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, only being here for a few months now, how are you liking High Point?
I personally like High Point. It's definitely been a roller coaster of emotions. I feel like at first I wasn't sure if I was going to fit in, and everyone's going through some stuff. All of us freshmen, especially being this far from our families, it's definitely hard for everyone to go in. But I feel like High Point has given me many opportunities to look forward to, and I'm glad that I'm here.
Well, I know that you told me earlier you're from India and now you live in Pennsylvania and coming to High Point. I know it could be a big change, but I'm so glad to hear you're adapting well and finding awesome opportunities. And so you are the Vice President of Student Government Association. So what exactly do you do in your role?
So I'm the Vice President for the freshman class. So I basically just assist my president whenever he's needed. I oversee all the other class officers. I respond to emails on a timely manner. And we're like a team of 5, and it's so amazing how much we all have bonded together in such a little amount of time. And each one of them have a really special place in my heart. So I love them all.
What would you say the favorite part of your role is?
I would say the favorite part of my role is, sorry. I would say the favorite part of my role, wait, that's not the question. It's okay. Sorry. You can wing it, don't worry. I feel like just meeting new people and like meeting all the different people who are same dedicating and thriving as me. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. So, any goals for the rest of your college career? Do you hope to do this again, maybe be sophomore as president of the class?
Yeah, I'll definitely do this again. And since I'm a bio pre-med major, my main goal right now would be to get into med school. So that's basically it.
Well, that's all for Student Spotlight. Over to you, Thomas.
Try not to butcher that name again. My bad. Thanks, Gabrielle. Let's head over to our entertainment reporter, Shreya Rana, to hear our inside scoop from Hollywood. Shreya?
Mark Pilcher, the Emmy Award hair and makeup stylist for the hit TV show Bridgerton, died on Monday of COVID-19. Pilcher won an Emmy Award a couple weeks ago for an outstanding period and character hairstyling for his work on Netflix Bridgerton. In his lifetime, Pilcher also won 3 Hollywood Makeup Artist and Hairstyling Guild Awards for his work on Bridgerton, Downton Abbey, and Mary Queen of Scots. Pilcher tested negative for multiple COVID tests before traveling to Los Angeles for the Creative Emmy ceremony. He became sick after he returned to the United Kingdom, where his condition got worse. Broadway's Aladdin is trying to keep COVID-19 contained. Disney's theatrical production canceled Friday's performance and all shows until October 12th after additional breakthrough COVID-19 cases were detected. The show was only open for 1 day before it shut down due to COVID-19. The medical team working on the show hoped that the 12-day pause allows the company time to recover from breakthrough infections. Britney Spears' father had been suspended from her conservatorship after a 13-year battle. The crowd outside the courthouse erupted into cheers when they heard the verdict. Multiple fans fell to their knees sobbing at the news. The battle is not over yet. A hearing will be held on November 12th to determine if Spears' conservatorship should end. That's all I have for this week. Be sure to tune in next week for more entertainment updates.
Local High Point 7-year-old boy, Abram Thomas, collected items to send to Louisiana for hurricane relief. Thomas was inspired to help after his father, who works for a water supply service, traveled down to help out after Hurricane Ida's effect. And according to the Greensboro News and Record, Thomas's mom said he asked her, quote, "What can we do to help those people?" End quote. And Thomas was able to collect those non-perishable food items for a week and a half through his school and his family's church.
The Thirsty Beaver Saloon got a surprise visit last Thursday, but one that went completely unnoticed. The bar, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, had Rolling Stones star Mick Jagger stop by the Uptown pub for a drink and a pimento cheese sandwich. Last week, he stopped there last week. Quote, "No one knew about it until it was posted that photo on Instagram," said Mark Wilson, the co-owner of the Thirsty Saloon. Patrons were there sitting outside and were all huge fans and didn't even take notice of the Rolling Stones were in town for their No Filter tour. That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. Join us next week, same time, same place. 2 weeks from now. Fall break next week. 2 weeks from now. For HB All Access, I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Allen. Have a great week, High Point.